Hi guys, I'm Mike.
And I'm Stephen.
And this is Indy Fanatics, your home for IndyCar content with weekly podcasts and feature videos. Welcome back to the channel and to another feature video. Last time out, we concluded our Safety in IndyCar series, so if you haven't already, check that one out. Don't forget, if there is a driver, team or topic you'd like us to look at in the future, comment below.
But today we return to our Who Is series, and it's a big one. One of the biggest stories in 2020 was that Jimmie Johnson would be racing for Chip Ganassi on road and street courses in the 2021 season. Jimmie, a man with a legendary NASCAR racing career, has set his sights on a new challenge. So we thought it was time to look into this IndyCar rookie's history. So let's ask, who is Jimmie Johnson?
Jimmie was born on the 17th of September 1975 in El Cajon, California. Unlike most of our drivers we've covered, Johnson started his first steps into motorsport on 2 wheels instead of 4. And he was aged 4 when he started racing motorcycles in 1980. 3 years later, he would win his first title in the 60cc class championship. After this, Jimmie made his move to 4 wheels, joining the Mickey Thompson Entertainment Group. This was a short course off-road racing series that took place in stadiums, with founder Mickey wanting to bring the excitement of desert racing to a wider audience. This was the majority of Johnson's development years, racing buggies and trucks in the stadium races and even commentating on ESPN in the Short Course Off-Road Drivers Association, SODA. In 1996, he would begin his partnership with Herzog Motorsports in the off-road truck series. In 1997, he was competing in SODA's Class 8. In this class, he drove short course off-road 2-wheel drive trophy trucks, and he would come third that year to winner Scott Taylor. During his off-roading career in SODA, SCORE and MTEG, Jimmie secured 25 wins, 100 top 3 finishes, 6 championships, and won Rookie of the Year in each of the series.
1997 was also the first year that Johnson tested his skills on asphalt, competing on ovals in the American Speed Association and making his debut at Hawkeye Downs Speedway. The following year, in 1998, he would win the Rookie of the Year award in the championship, and the following year he would finish third in the championship. Alongside his full-time ride in the ASA, Jimmie also drove a one-off race in NASCAR's second tier, the Busch Series, now Xfinity Series, for ST Motorsports, finishing 25th at the Indianapolis Raceway Park. The following year, he again competed in a limited run-in in the series, this time for Herzog Motorsports, before securing a full-time drive with the team in 2000. Over the following 2 seasons in the Busch Series, he had a very uneventful time apart from being in a crash at Watkins Glen, where on lap 46, his brakes failed and he crashed into a barrier at 150 miles per hour. He famously got out of the car and raised his fist in the air, grateful to be alive. He also secured 1 win at Chicagoland in 2001, which would be the only time he'd win at the track across his career. His Busch Series results were finishing 10th in the points standings in 2000 and 8th in 2001.
In 2001, Jimmie got his first taste of NASCAR, racing a 4-race schedule, making his debut at UAW GM Quality 500 at Lowe's Motor Speedway. How did he get this opportunity? Well, Jimmie wasn't able to step up to the Winston Cup with his current team Herzog, who were having financial issues, so he sought out a top driver for some advice, Jeff Gordon. In his own words, he stalked Jeff to get a meeting, and finally doing so at Michigan, Gordon confirmed that Hendrick Motorsports were looking at a 4th car entry and Jimmie's name had been mentioned. And that was that. He would form a partnership with a team that he would spend his entire NASCAR career with.
In 2002, Johnson made his full debut in the number 48 Lowe's car, and certainly didn't take his time getting settled in the series, as he secured pole at that year's Daytona 500, becoming the 3rd rookie to achieve this feat. This was his first of 5 pole positions that year, and at the Napa Auto Parts 500, he would also secure his first victory in the series. He gained another 2 victories after this, and could have had 4 if he had not received a penalty for overshooting his pit box at the Coca-Cola 600, having already led 263 laps that race from pole. Jimmie, despite an impressive rookie season, narrowly missed out on Rookie of the Year honours to Ryan Newman, but he has certainly made his mark on the series.
2003, Johnson carried on his rookie season momentum with 3 wins and 2 poles that year, alongside 14 top 5 finishes and 20 top 10 finishes. His consistency on track would lead him to rank 9 on the all-time list for consecutive weeks ranked in the top 10 with 69 weeks. He also won his first All-Stars race that year and finished second in the standings, 90 points behind champion Matt Kenseth. In 2004, Jimmie would have the most successful season to date in terms of results, with 8 wins, 20 top 5 finishes and 23 top 10 finishes, on his way to again finishing runner-up in the series.
2005 was a successful but not as consistent season, that he would win 4 consecutive races at his sponsor's Lowe's track. At the Coca-Cola 600 that year, where there was a record amount of yellows in a Cup Series race, Jimmie took victory by just 0.027 seconds, edging out Bobby Labonte. Going into the final round, Jimmie had his first chance to win a championship at the Homestead Miami Speedway. They crashed out at the midway point, seeing him finish 5th in the standings. But what he would achieve in the upcoming seasons would be something truly special.
In 2006, Jimmie Johnson won his first NASCAR Cup Series title. On his way to the championship, he won 5 races, including his first Daytona 500 win, and became the only driver of the modern era to win at least 3 races in his first 5 seasons. After a rocky start in the chase, he won at Martinsville, that secured him the title and the 2006 Driver of the Year award.
Well, that first championship in 2006 seemed to really lift Johnson's performance, as he secured a second title in 2007, and his third in 2008, and his fourth in 2009, and you guessed it, his 5th in 2010, becoming the first man in the sport's history and the only to date to win 5 consecutive titles. During this time, the records fell. He became the only driver since its inception in 2004 to take part in every chase. He was the only driver to win at least 3 races in his first 9 seasons in NASCAR. He tied Jeff Gordon for the most Driver of the Year awards, securing 4 in this time, and he made it to 10th on the all-times winners list. 2007 was a dominant year where he secured the most victories he had ever had in a single season with 10. And then when he wasn't top throughout in 2010, he became only the 3rd driver to make up points to win the title since 1975. An incredible first 9 seasons within the series, and already had cemented himself as a legend within the series at this point. But he was not done yet.
In 2011, his championship streak and 3 or more victories in a season streak would come to an end, being statistically his worst season in the series to date, though he would still finish 6th overall. 2012 saw him come close to another title, heading to Homestead Miami with a chance of winning, though those hopes were dashed after a pit road penalty and gear failure, leading him to finish 3rd in the standings behind Keselowski and Bowyer. 2013, however, with 6 wins, 3 poles, 16 top 5 finishes and 24 top 10 finishes, Johnson secured his 6th title, finishing 9th in the season finale to secure the points he needed. But as high as 2013 was, 2014 was a low point in the career of Jimmie, finishing 11th in the standings, the first time he'd ever finish outside the top 10 in his career. 2015 was a steady but uninspiring season for the high standards Jimmie had set through his career, though he returned to finishing in the top 10, edging out Ryan Newman by 1 point. 2016 would see Jimmie dig deep and secure one last final title, winning the last race of the season after title rival Carl Edwards crashed out to end his hopes, leading Johnson to equal the all-time record of 7 championships, joining Dale Earnhardt and Richard Petty.
The following year, Jimmie scored 3 victories, including the final NASCAR Series win at Dover. His 83rd in the series, tying him up with Cale Yarborough. And it was a slow decline till his last season in 2020, where he finally hung up his NASCAR gloves for new challenges outside the series. Jimmie, however, had left his mark on the series. The records speak for themselves. He is well and truly a legend of the sport.
But what were those new challenges? Well, one is competing in the WeatherTech Sports Car Championship, being part of the Ally Cadillac Racing DPI entry at the 24 Hours of Daytona and the 12 Hours of Sebring, finishing 2nd and 7th respectively, alongside fellow drivers Simon Pagenaud, Kamui Kobayashi and Mike Rockenfeller. But the main challenge and why this video is being made is the NTT IndyCar series. At the back end of 2020, it was announced that Jimmie Johnson would join Chip Ganassi Racing and drive a part-time schedule on road and street courses for the 2021 season. His seat is shared with experienced IndyCar racer Tony Kanaan, who will drive the ovals in place of Jimmie. Having never driven in any single-seaters competitively throughout his career, at 45 years of age, it might be a bit mad to start doing so. But Jimmie looks hungry and enthused by this challenge. He has nothing to prove other than to push himself to the best he can be. His testing times are understandably off the pace, but have shown improvement ahead of his series debut at Barber Motorsports Park on the 18th of April. Johnson won't be competitive from the start. It would have been very difficult to make that adjustment, despite being in a top team. But by the season's end, we will know whether he can seriously challenge within the series or whether the years have finally caught up with this talented driver.
But that's it for today's video. One of the real nice guys of racing, a hard but fair competitor. The IndyCar series definitely benefits hugely from the star power that Jimmie brings, even at the latter part of his career. We hope you have enjoyed this look into his career, and don't forget, if there is a driver, team or topic you'd like us to look at in the future, comment down below.
And if they're new around here and haven't done so already,
they can like, subscribe and ding that bell.
Ding it! So for now, you Indy fans, keep racing!